It has this really beautiful pattern to the fabric. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the side saddle shell stitch. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4. For this stitch, you want to start with a foundation chain that's a multiple of 6 plus 4. So in my case, I have 16. For row 1, we're going to skip 3 chains, which counts as a double crochet. And into the 4th chain from the hook, we're going to do 3 double crochets. So that is 1. Into the same chain, 2 more. 2 and 3. Now we're going to skip 2 chains and do 1 single crochet into the next. So skipping 2 and 1 single crochet into the next one. And now you can start your row repeat. We're going to skip 2 chains and then do 1 shell into the next chain. So for a shell, we're going to do 3 double crochets. So we go into the chain that we need to go into. That's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, a chain 1. And now we're going to work around the post of the last double crochet we just made. So we're basically moving our work sideways kind of, so we can go around the pillar of the last double crochet created. So once you do that, we're going to do a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet all around the pillar of the last double crochet you had just made. It's going to give you this kind of like little mountain. And now we can continue the row repeat. We're going to skip 2 chains. So you skip 1 and 2, and then do 1 single crochet into the next. And that finishes the row repeat. So I'm going to verbalize the row repeat. You essentially start with a skip 2 chains. Then you do a shell. And for a shell, you're doing 3 double crochets, a chain 1. And then the following, you work around the pillar of the 3rd double crochet, which is a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. Then continuing the row repeat, you skip 2 chains and then do 1 single crochet into the next. So do that for however many rows you have left, and I'll see you at the end of the row. At the end of the row, you're going to be left with 3 chains. And so you're going to skip 2 of them and then do 4 double crochets all into the last chain. So into the very last chain, we do 4 double crochets. That was 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that there is the end of row 1. For row 2, we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch. Now we're going to start the row repeat. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do a shell into the next single crochet. So let's do a shell again. For that, you want to do 3 double crochets to start. So that is 1, 2, and 3. And now, now we're going to chain 1. And now you're going to work those stitches around the pillar of the 3rd double crochet. So we flip our work sideways, go around the pillar of the last double crochet with a single crochet, then with a half double crochet, then with a double crochet to finish off this shell. And now we're going to skip 3 chains, which is essentially the ones that you worked on the side of the double crochet. And you want to do 1 single crochet into the chain space. It's a little hard to see from this side, so I'm going to flip my work and show you that, you know how you did 3 double crochets? The 3rd one is hidden because you worked those stitches around it, but the chain space is the one right after this double crochet. So the space here, right before you started that single crochet. There's a chain space there. Let's see if you can see it. This chain over here. So into there, I got to do a single crochet. So let me just do that. Again, for me, it's actually hard to see it from this side, but now I know that it's right after the single crochet. So there's a chain over there that might be a little tight, but that's the one that's after the double crochet that I worked into. So there you do a single crochet. And that ends the row repeat. So we go back to the beginning of it by skipping 3 stitches. So the 3 double crochets from the previous row, and then doing a shell stitch into the next single crochet, skipping 3, and then doing 1 single crochet into the next chain space. So do that until you get to the end of the row, and I'll see you when you're there. Okay, so at the end of the row here, I've just done my shell stitch. I'm going to skip 3 stitches, which brings me to the turning chain. So to finish row 2, you're just going to do a single crochet into the top of the turning chain. And this here is the end of row 2. For row 3, we're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and flip our work. We're going to do 3 double crochets into this very first stitch. So into the very first stitch, you do 3 double crochets. That is 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to skip 3 stitches, which is the ones that you worked around the 3rd double crochet for the shell. So you skip those and then do 1 single crochet into the next chain space, which again is a little tough to get into, but it's the chain space that you did after the first 3 double crochets of the shell. So you do that, and now we're going to start the row repeat. We're going to skip 3 stitches and then do, which is the 3 double crochets, and then do a shell stitch into the next single crochet. So into the next single crochet, we start with that shell stitch of 3 double crochets first. That's 2. That's 3. And then you chain 1 and then work a single crochet around the pillar of the 3rd double crochet, then a half double crochet, then a double crochet to finish off that shell stitch. Now we're going to skip 3 stitches and then do 1 single crochet into the next chain space. So into the next chain space, a single crochet. And so you want to go back to the beginning of the row repeat now. It starts with the skipping 3 stitches, then doing a shell stitch into the single crochet, then skipping 3 stitches and doing 1 single crochet into the next chain space. So repeat that for however many stitches you have left. At the end of the row, you're going to be skipping the 3 double crochets, and into the very last stitch, you're going to do 4 double crochets. So into the single crochet from the previous row, all into the same one, we do 4. Oh, sorry. That's my second here. Second double crochet, 3rd double crochet. I don't know why that keeps happening. 3 and 4. All into the same stitch, and that there finishes row 3. So moving forward, you want to repeat row 2 and 3 back and forth until you have the desired length of your work or a finished swatch. This is really cool. The shells add a nice and different texture to the work, but it's still really tight. And yeah, it looks the same on either side. It adds kind of like those shells that kind of look like this. Therefore, side saddle, like very pretty and very easy repetition to follow. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.